Hey everyone, welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star. If you're new here or you haven't yet, please consider subscribing. It does help us feed our hungry hippos. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up. So today is Monday, October 28th, and because it's a Monday, that means it's time for What Sold on eBay. We're looking at the week of October 21st through October 27th. And just like every week, we're going to start with the plush. We'll look at every single plush sale that sold with no rhyme or reason from the poop to the good, because I love plush, and no matter what else I ever sell, they will always be my favorite. If you see the cheetah on the screen and you see her face, you can immediately understand why they're my favorite. They're just cute, and there's just something about them that is whimsical and brings out the child in all of us. I did pull out some highlights from the week, a couple pairs of jeans, some shirts, and some other items, jewelry and stuff I want to talk about with you. Although this is a what sold video, and it can be considered a highlight reel, everything I pull out other than plush to show you, I do always have a reason behind it. This is a teaching channel, and I try to turn everything into a teachable moment to help other resellers learn best practices and how to become a better reseller and build a better business. We sold a lot of plush last week. It must be Q4 or something. So we're going to start with this little Brownie Baker's cheetah. She is so cute. She just shipped out this morning, and when I put her on the scale and looked at her face, I just grinned. I lit up. I was giggling. She's got eyelashes. I don't know. There's just something about little cute plushies like this. Her little tongue, her little eyelashes. She's so cute. So she went to her new forever home in a poly bag, like we ship 99% of our plush. Unless they're really big or really expensive, they go in a box. So she sold for $5 plus $7 shipping. This is a peppermint candy pillow plush. You're going to see that a lot of the plush that went out the door this week are items we've clearanced or lower end poop plush, which is good because that's why you run a clearance, is to get things to move and sell. This peppermint candy sold for $7.70 on a best offer with $5.50 shipping on it. Then we have a cow toy brown beetle bug hand puppet. Puppets are really great, but they can run the gamut from lower end bread and butter all the way up to your really expensive ones like the huge Folk Bonus realistic animal puppets. If I get them in a wholesale lot or I find them for $1 or less at a sale, like a church sale or a rummage sale, I will grab any puppet I find. I did not mention the thrifts because the thrifts around here have gotten a little highfalutin with their plush prices. I still look at the plush each time I go to the thrift, but I don't really ever come home with any. They're ridiculous. They're like higher than eBay prices for used plush at a thrift store. But I digress. If you find puppets and they're reasonably priced, $2 or less, I would always suggest grabbing all of them. But if you're opposed to having bread and butter or filler items in your store and you only want the higher average sale price items, always comp before you purchase. I also have a plush guide that helps you determine which plush are bolo, which are bread and butter, and which are poop, and those are the ones you should always avoid. That is on sale for $12.49 right now through the end of the year, and it's in the box down below. But puppets in general are good. If you like bread and butter and you get them all and you have filler ones, that's great. They have a higher sell-through rate than another plush, so they're going to sell more quickly, and they'll often comp a little bit higher. If I had this same beetle that wasn't a puppet, he probably would only be worth about $5 plus the $5 shipping. A Build-A-Bear outfit. So I'm still selling the Build-A-Bear stuff that I got last Thanksgiving. I purchased a huge lot from my friend Jay and sat here one day. I think it was Thanksgiving because Keith's grandma was sick, so we didn't go anywhere for the holiday. I watched a couple of cute movies. I went through some cute Build-A-Bear clothes. I made some outfits. And within the first month, I sold enough to pay for the entire lot. And now everything that's just trickling in is icing on the cake. And all of the little outfits and the things that I'm selling from that lot are individually packaged in little poly bags that I numbered BAB1, BAB2, so on and so forth. And they went back in the box. She actually shipped a lot to me in, and they're in and out of the way spot in the garage. So the fact that it's almost a year later and I still have like half a box and some are still selling, that's fine. I paid for the lot within a month of getting everything listed, and I have room to store that box and continue to wait for them to sell at prices I'm okay with. I took $10 on this lot. It's a little shirt and shorts and shoes. Don't underestimate your Build-A-Bear stuff. It's not poop. If anybody is listing Build-A-Bear items at poop prices, they are uneducated or new, and they don't know better. We had one buyer buy a bundle of 2 plush from us over the weekend. If you didn't see my video a couple weeks ago about the new coupon system, it's not a system. We are trying out a new coupon every weekend where I'm offering 50% off 2 or more items to our buyers. And I'm going to run that coupon every Friday morning through Sunday midnight Pacific time, all through Q4 to see how well it does. So far, we've had really great results. And this weekend, we sold this little bundle of the Mary Meyer plush, and I got $18.13 for both, and they shipped it on a regular 9x12 poly bag together and cost about $5 to ship. So I'm completely happy with running those sales to get rid of more items. I wouldn't want to do it all the time because I don't want to sell all my stuff at buy 2, get 50% off, all the time. But I think it's okay on the weekends. People are off work, they're home, they're shopping, they're on their phones more. And for a lot of people, it's payday. So I will entice them as much as I can to buy more and spend more on the weekends. Okay, so now we're going to look at this vintage Woolly Woods puppy dog. He's from 1945. And he's vintage. He came in a wholesale lot. So I honestly would not have known that this was a good item. I probably would have picked it up. Listen, if I found this in the wild for 50 cents or $1 and I saw 1945 right here on the tag, it would be vintage enough for me to bring it home and try it. Now, sometimes your vintage items, you're going to get home and find out it's an $8 plush. It's either just that's what it's worth or people have raced to the bottom. This Woolly Woods puppy dog was still comping pretty high. He's only 4 inches big. He's very tiny, very small. And he sold for $31.24 plus $5 shipping. So he is an item that I had delisted and relisted. And he sold before he hit our sale. So he would have been $24.99 if he had hit our sale. But he sold that quickly. And that's just shows you that there's sometimes no rhyme or reason for when things sell, how long they take to sell. You could have an item sitting around for a year, delist it, relist it, and it sells within a couple of hours. Sometimes it's about being in the right place at the right time. And when an item is newly listed, whether it's a brand new listing or something you've delisted and relisted, it comes into the algorithm as a new listing and it gets pushed up in the searches and the right person sees it. When I delist, relist, which I do every morning, I do 20 a day, I always change something. So I don't just end and put back in. I reword the title. I will switch the pictures around, change the price, double check the price. And sometimes I'll run it through List Perfectly's AI. But I do something to change it a little bit. Now we have a classic toy dragon. So when I first started reselling, like back in 2017, classic toy plushies did really well. They are very stiff plushies. They're not super soft or beanbag or anything like that. They have that stiff, almost styrofoam filling. And they're like carnival prizes. They're cheap. They're stiff. But when I first started reselling, you could get a lot more money for them, especially the dragons. I used to sell the dragons for 35 and 40 bucks. They've gone down in value, probably from people racing to the bottom or just not realizing that these could have sold for more because they do look and feel cheaply made. And I'm sure that just over time, people just kept listing them lower and lower. So he sold for $687 plus $5.50 shipping. Then we have this little Qala Bear with his Tampa Bay Outback shirt on. He's cute. He sold for a best offer of $8.43 plus $5.50 shipping. Here's a Culver's ice cream. You saw his twin a couple of weeks ago. I had two of these. One sold very recently. I want to say it was in September probably. And here's the other one. Sold for $5.42 plus $5 shipping. A BuildABear Brontosaurus. So you may be wondering why he's priced so low. He's at 50% off. So I never price my items low. I will run 50% off clearance to clear older items out. If they don't clear out on 50%, I relist them back in at full price, and sometimes that'll do the trick. But I do run 50% off sales on some of our older sale items, but I still list them at what they're worth. He has $7 shipping on him, and his original price was $16.24. So on our normal 20% off sale we run every day of the week, he would have been $13 plus $7 shipping, which is a $20 plush. So this is a $20 free ship or $13.7 ship, however you want to break it down, price point. But because he was 50% off, he went down to $8.12 and sold with the $7 shipping on him. And those were all the plush sales from the week. So now we're going to talk about some other items I've pulled up to show you. I got a couple of pairs of jeans I want to talk about, actually. 2 pairs. They came to me in thread-up boxes, and these are typically brands I would leave behind at the thrift, even on 99-cent day. Believe it or not, I leave a lot behind. I come home with a lot. If you've ever seen my Instagram, the reels I put of my cart being like overloaded and full. I usually only go thrifting once a month with my local eBay group that I run. And so I really load up. Plus it's 99-cent day. You can get everything. But there's stuff I leave behind. And this brand would be one. And this brand would be one. But moving forward, I'll probably pick these up. And that's another reason why I really like getting thread-up boxes. Unfortunately, the denim rescue boxes have been sold out for months now. They haven't had any available for a very long time. I keep checking. I do like their boxes because I get brands that I would never find here in Pittsburgh. They come from all over the country. People from all over the country send their items to thredUP, and then their different distribution centers around the country send to me. So I get all kinds of really great brands like Mother Jeans that I would never find here. I get new to me brands that I get to learn about. And then sometimes I discover brands that I thought were poop are really actually bread and butter. And if you're paying $1 or $2 per pair, they're worth picking up and putting in your store. So I took a best offer on the Vigos of $17.74 plus 7 shipping. And the Maurice high rise sold for $14 plus 8 shipping. Any pair of jeans that's got a $20 price point or more to me is bread and butter. And that's 20 free ship, 12 8 ship. It's all the same. Free shipping is not free. The price of an item is the price of an item is the price of an item. So whether or not you're doing free shipping, it should always come out to be the same price. Under Armour, a lot of folks have called this poop. And I understand why. This used to be a really high dollar Bolo brand to look out for that sold for a lot of money. And now, as you can see, this Under Armour Heat Gear women's turtleneck sold for $15.79 plus $5.50 shipping. So to some folks, that would not be a brand they would want to thrift anymore. If they have a higher average sale price, if they don't have a volume-based business, if they don't deal in bread and butter and filler items the way I do. To me, this is a solid bread and butter brand. Levi's 526. This is a number you do want to look for when you find Levi's. Levi's is its own universe. They have so many different Levi's with numbers on them, and then there's vintage, and then there's the ones that are sold at Walmart, and the price points can be from $20 to $150. They're all over the place. There are a huge range of prices. I do have a Levi's price guide included in my jeans guide, which is also on sale for $12.49 for the rest of the year. So if you're interested in any of the guides, they are on sale. They have all this information in there that you can just download to your phone and have it at your fingertips when you're out at the thrift. If you find Levi's and they're going to be $2 or $3 to source, you can look at the list on your phone. Oh, these ones are only sell for $20. They're not worth $3, but these ones might be. They sell for almost $30 all in. Columbia is another brand. This is kind of a lower end bread and butter, but this particular shirt is new with tags. So it's different. There are some brands that I would never source used, that I would just consider poop. But there's like 3 exceptions. Plus size in women's, or like the big and tall size in men's, new with tags, and really great graphics. It could be a George brand Walmart men's shirt, and if it's like a 2XL and it's like a Hawaiian shirt with really great graphics, I'm going to source it. I'm going to sell it for $25-$30. So always keep that in mind. Sometimes brand isn't always end all be all. Larger sizes, new with tags, especially in Q4. If you're sorting anything with new with tags, you need to get it home and get it listed right away. If people are online shopping for gifts, they are more inclined to buy new with tags than used clothing, although that mindset could be changing a little bit as the younger generations are becoming more sustainable and more accepting of gently loved, gently used clothing. The Columbia sold for $17.49 plus $5.50 shipping. Scrub tops. I have a general rule about these. I don't source them unless they're 99 cents because they're just not worth the price that our thrifts here in Pittsburgh are charging. Salvation Army and Goodwill both start all of their scrubs, whether they're Disney, plus size, plain green, generic brand, all their scrubs start at like $5.49 or $7.49. And they're just not worth it to flip, because you can see this sold for $12.99 plus $5.50 shipping. So I go over to the scrubs when I'm out thrifting, and I just flick through them, and anything that's 99 cents will come home with me. I'm pretty much not discerning about brands. Anything with great graphics. There's certain brands like Grey's Anatomy, Peaches, Wonder Wink. You always want to grab those. Disney, obviously. But I try not to get them unless they're 99 cents. I would pay up to $2 for most scrub tops, but I'm not paying $5.50 or $7.50. So I have to wait until even half off is iffy. So just the 99 centers come home with me. This one's cute. It's got hedgehogs and foxes and owls and other cutie patooties with their little space helmets on. And it's sold, for a good amount. So I always look at the scrubs. We sold a bunch of comics, all price ranges, from poops to bread and butters to good ones. I just wanted to show you this one. We did take a best offer of $11.99 plus $5.50 shipping. She's popular again, and I'm not sure why there hasn't been a recent movie or video game with Spider-Gwen, but I've noticed her popularity has gone up. I've seen more plushies and stuff out in the wild, and even new toys, and all the comics we have of her have seemed to be moving. And I got a couple pieces of jewelry to show you. This is the handmade blue-green resin swirl design statement ring. It's like a dome. If I had room, I would have put dome as a keyword as well. And I took a best offer on it of $11.28 plus the $5 shipping. And this is really cute. It's a vintage brooch with the Halloween kitty cat with the witch hat pulling the pumpkin on the wagon. Really cute. I had a lot of Halloween jewelry that I got listed, and I I'm glad to see it selling. Now I got to get all my Christmas stuff in, right? So this sold for best offer of $15.49 plus 5 shipping. And that is a wrap for this week's What Sold on eBay. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about anything you saw in this video or reselling in general, I can't talk today. If you have any questions, let me know. And join our Facebook group, Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod. And go be productive. Go make some money. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.